Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20, and I think I'm going to go ahead and read quite a few verses today as we read about the laborers in the vineyard. I was trying to figure out where to break it up, but I feel like it just makes best sense if you read it all. So we're going to start in verse 1 and read our way through verse 16 and still hopefully make this a short video. So Matthew 20, starting in verse 1, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. Now when he agreed with the laborers for a denarius for a day, he sent them into the vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and told those, he said, 'You also go in the vineyard, and whatever is right I will give you.' And they also went. And he went out about the 6th hour and the 9th hour, and did the same thing. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing around, and he said to them, 'Why have you been standing here idle all day long?' And they said to him, 'Because no one hired us.' And he said to them, 'You go into the vineyard too.' Now when evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, 'Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last group to the first.' And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each one received a denarius. And when those who hired first came, they supposed that they would receive more, but each of them also received a denarius. Now when they received it, they were grumbling at the landowner, saying, 'These last men have worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of a day in the scorching heat.' And he answered and said to one of them, 'Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what is yours and go. But I wish to give you this last man the same as you. Is that not lawful for me to do, and what I wish with what is my own? Or is your eye envious because I am generous? So the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.'" This is a good parable to bring out the point that life isn't always fair in our eyes. Nowhere in the Bible does it tell us that things are fair. We can easily see as we go through life and question why some people get sick, why some people die young, why some people live long, and why people get this and that, and we'll question on things on being fair. The Bible doesn't say life is fair. And here in the mindset of our reward and spiritualness, we can get caught up in, what will we get when we get to heaven? And truly, I can sit here and say, who am I to deserve the same reward that Apostle Peter and Apostle Paul and others that they received, or receive a reward such as what Abraham or Moses or David might receive? But, will we all get the same? I don't know. From what I can tell, from what we read the Word of God, God's created a home in heaven, and it does not matter what the reward is, as long as it's with Him and forever. There's a translation in John that brings out that, some translations of John 14 say a mansion, others say a room, and more accurately, it should say room. Whether it's a room or it's a mansion doesn't matter. And if someone gets a better room than me, or if they get the same room as I, are we going to complain? The mindset for us today here on earth, for us, those who serve longer, those who did more work, those who put in the time, they earned, right? They've earned it. But our salvation is not about what we have earned. It's about God's grace, God's love, God's kindness, His mercy. And so what He chooses to give each and every one of us is what we will receive. And we should be very happy with whatever it is He's willing to give. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. Hope everybody has a blessed day. If the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.